Hey guys, welcome back. This is Fahd Dawood. Something interesting, I was looking through the news, I was just scrolling, and maybe my camera guy will actually show you the news. Such conflicting news, some of these big news aggregators, these news online websites they give. So about 5 days ago, I see, I'm not going to name the publication, but there's a title that says, Dubai real estate market showing signs of recovery, right? And 5 hours ago, the same publication says oversupply issues in Dubai set to continue with 49,000 new units expected in 2020. So think about this, right? So 5 days ago, they're saying to investors, Dubai's market is showing signs of recovery. And then 5 hours ago, they're saying 49,000 units are about to come in Dubai, which is going to be like, I think it's a record number they're talking about. The point I'm trying to make is, to the normal regular investor, this is extremely confusing. It's I don't want to compare it to something as extreme as going to a doctor and then getting one doctor to say, you know what, we must operate on you because what you have is super serious. And then the other doctor saying, hey, you know what, take a few pills, walk every day, don't eat too much red meat, less cholesterol, you should be perfectly fine. Your heart, your mind, your body is in tip-top shape, right? And a man would be like so confused, like, who should I listen to? Both seem to be experts. My personal opinion is that, and I talk about this in the book, The Intelligent Real Estate Investor, cut out the market noise. Do not let the market noise dictate your decision making. And I was in a meeting with somebody who wants to invest in the Dubai market, start with their investment, and I couldn't explain to this person because he kept asking me, because previously in one of my videos I said I personally think that by 2021 prices might go up. And he asked me like, what and why, and do you have the calculations to back it up? You know what I said? It's a gut feeling. Why is it a gut feeling? Because His Highness, the ruler of Dubai, established the Higher Committee of Real Estate back in September. Generally speaking, with government policies, government committees, the way it happens is they start meeting, let's say once a month, twice a month. I don't know about the inner workings of this committee, but I do know that they'll have a positive impact. Generally, what happens is when governments stop making policy or have committees that meet, the decisions they make start having an effect 4 months, 6 months, 1 year down the road. Like, this is simple economics. If you've not studied, it's called the multiplier effect. It's the policy that the government makes today has an effect 6 months to 1 year down the road. It's not instant. I'll give you a simple example. For instance, like in the US, one of the easiest ways for the government to get people to start spending more money in the economy is to reduce taxes or to give refunds on taxes. But let's say every household starts getting a refund of $500 to $1,000, or maybe up to $5,000, right? The household that is going through troubled times is not going to take that $500 or $1,000, instantly feel rich about it and go and spend it at the fun fair or buy new shoes. For the first couple of months, they're just going to start getting used to the extra money that's coming to them, right? And then when they start feeling a little bit comfortable, they start feeling safe that the government in the US is going to give us money, nothing to worry about. That's when they start spending the money, right? So it just takes a little bit of time. It's also part, I believe it's part of behavioral economics. It just takes some time for the government's policies, especially in a sector like real estate. Real estate, you got to think about it like this big, huge tanker out at sea. When it wants to make a turn in any direction, whether the price goes down or up, it doesn't go like a speedboat, boop, zip, like this. It basically goes like this. It goes like a tanker. Now it should move. So it goes like, makes a big, long semicircle, to start going back to where it was, right? So you have to keep that in mind and not get confused. And one of the things that I point out to my investors is it's not futile. You should try to see where the market's going, but because you don't have your pulse on the market, it's going to be difficult for you to accurately identify where the absolute bottom is. So while yes, I'm saying you should be considered where the prices are, generally speaking, you should just try to buy whatever the current market price is, get the best deal, right? And in getting the best deal, get the best value, right? So you look at location, you look at future prospects, you look at current service charges of the building, etc. and etc. to make sure you're safeguarding your investment. But let's even assume that you buy at the absolute bottom of the market, right? For instance, you bought something for 500,000 dirhams. Your closing costs in Dubai are approximately 7%, 7.5%, 7 to 7.5%. Let's say in about 3 months' time, your apartment that you bought at 500,000 is now, or can be easily sold for 600,000. And you look around, you get a buyer, you sell it for 100,000 dirham. Let's consider 100,000 dirham profit, right? Here's the deal. If you sold it for 100,000 dirhams extra, guess what? The same apartment that you bought at 500 now costs 600,000 for you anyways. Plus you've got to pay the 7% extra fees. I call it breakage fees, because this fees is never coming back to you. It's gone, right? It's the ticket to entry just to start playing the real estate game. Now, are you going to be able to find a super hot deal that's way below the market when prices are going up? What are the chances? Possibly yes, probably not, because you're not in the game like the real estate investors are. So I know an investor back in 2011-12, they bought a full building at 16 million dirhams, okay? And within, I think, a month, they were able to flip it and sell it for 19 million dirhams. They bought the building further, I think twice more. They bought the building again at 21 million and they sold it again at 23. They bought the same building again at 25 million and then sold it again at 27 million. And the way, just for like simple understanding, the way this works is real estate investors who are sitting on capital to, and these are players who are moving a lot of capital across boundaries, right? They're very sharp, they're very astute. The moment they see the markets going upwards, they're sitting ready to deploy capital, but they also do something called short-term trading. So they'll buy an asset and they'll resell it quickly, but as they're buying and selling, they'll also be getting clients from the other side, which is the buy side, who still want to buy assets. So this building, very simple story, sold it at 16. They had somebody else, waiting for them, wanted to invest about 19-20 million there. They just bought the building back and sold it to him. And then somebody else wanted to invest 23 million dirhams. They called their previous buyer and they said, hey, would you like to sell it again? And they just buy it for 2 million dirham profit and sell it to the new buyer. So that's how the game's played by those investors. But what I've seen them do is they'll lose in about 2 of the deals out of every 5 or 6 they make. But you perhaps can't afford to do that. It's too risky. So I never advocate flipping and I never advocate short trading in real estate because it's not a liquid market. You gotta understand that. If you want to do short-term trading, you're better off in the stock market, which is high risk and sometimes high reward. And the bottom line is these news articles, I don't put a lot of currency in them. I read them, I understand them, I let them complement my decision making. So should you. Do not let them dictate your decision making, because the same publication that 5 days ago is telling you that the market's in recovery mode is then 5 hours ago telling you, oh, it is also true that 49,000 units are coming into the Dubai market. So which one's going to affect the price which way? How do you know, right? Except if you're buying value, and that's what Dubai stands for. The most secure city, in my opinion, in the world, right? No other city competes, in my personal opinion, okay? Happy on innovation, looking forward to grow, family oriented, infrastructure is great, connectivity to the rest of the world by airplane is amazing, tax free. Like, I just go on and on. I think Dubai is still value to purchase, and those are the things that you need to base your decision making on, not just some news article. Subscribe, hit the bell icon. Let's stay in touch. My mobile number is down there. WhatsApp me, it's the easiest way to get in touch with me. Email, it takes time. If you've emailed me, you've not heard back from me, please WhatsApp me. It's the best way for me to be able to get in touch with you. Ciao.